Whoa. Hey guys, my name's Kevin Ross, and this is going to be my design process. So as you can see here, I'm on my computer creating my design for my light source, which utilizes a laser cut base that lets a solid powered light within the shell that illuminates the area when there is no light. But before we get talking about my design, let's talk about the light first. Okay, so light is an essential tool within life itself. It's an element required within daily activities within a space. As said in the book Light in Engineering, Architecture and the Environment, is that light has a significant effect on the whole biological parameters of people. Its influences are found in many areas such as human sight, the human body in terms of like releasing hormonal substances such as melatonin. It also serves as a biological clock of man and more. Also said by Mark and Steen, light touches on one of the most archaic and important symbolic structures in being human. From diffuse skylights to natural lights flowing down the facade of a building, light as we know it is one of the main elements within anything. The global color and lighting trends that we have as of today is of sustainable practices, utilizing technology in order to envelop architecture in a more sustainable practice. Like the Kimball Art Museum, it allows natural light into the galleries, but then diffuses it with a series of innovative reflectors, utilizing color, which over here is using silver, within the material and bounces light from one area to another. Another design that utilizes light in its architecture is the Church of Light, wherein the building has a void space in shape of a cruciform on a concrete wall that allows light to pass through, providing light yet still relating the major object of interpretation to its religious connections. As you can see in my design over here, like you can see that the light that I used is has a solar panel on top, and within that solar panel, like regenerates during the day and then illuminates during the night. That way, it's not really wasting much energy or light itself. Instead, it utilizes the natural element and instead like takes that and uses it whenever light is needed, which is, as we said, during at night. Light itself is something that is heavily required in architecture, whether inside or outside. It creates space and illuminates those that are not seen. It brightens areas and highlights its features. It provides comfort to those that utilize it, and it gives a more safe sort of feeling, pretty much like a feeling of security when it is there. Such as my design, which is integrated with the more ergonomically shaped light rather than a geometrical one. It tries to consolidate with the more modern versions of light as we see now, as well as like relating towards buildings, where back then it used to be more of geometrical square rectangular shape. Now it's more of like a free form sort of like spherical or even like circular based. So many different styles are now in the market, and self-expression towards sculpture-like form is now accepted into many styles. In my perspective, my design reflects the more modernistic form of architecture with its smooth edges and unilateral pieces that remind me of like parametrical walls, pretty much, with its pattern-based form. In conclusion, light in terms of architecture pretty much stays the same. The shapes might be different, or the materials to construct it is a lot more cheaper, but generally it has pretty much the same usage. Perhaps shapes and material use are changing for the better, but as of now it is trying to get into the more sustainable future, a lesser carbon footprint if you will. What I'm trying to say is that the trend as of now is to create like a source of light which uses natural sources for energy, pretty much like something that lessens the carbon footprint itself.